Hello there, how's it going? So in this video I'm going to talk about how you can actually get 15 to 30 leads a week with just short form content essentially. And this is exactly how you're going to use other systems as well too, which I might talk about in this video. I don't know if it's going to take too long, but you can also use these strategies to just bundle everything together and just make money essentially. So if you're starting out and you're trying to get some clients coming through, this might not directly apply to you, but it's still important to know because if you're not building an audience, especially when you start out, your life is going to be so hard, and your life being so hard is not that great, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to walk you through the whole process. So basically it starts with you building a list of targeted users and buyers, and you put an opt-in rule so they have to give some information to get your assets. So you leverage your assets to create reciprocity bias, which I'm going to talk about a bit later. And then you're also going to present an offer or host an event. I don't know why I put host in, or host an event for where you're going to get all this attention that you're getting, funnel it into a conversion mechanism, and then use your list that you've been building to get more opt-ins to that event. Then present value, obviously give them value, make an offer, and then close. Usually 5 figures if you do well. One of our clients was able to close that essentially. If you want to check out our case study, that's going to be in the link in the description. And basically once you do that, you use that asset that you've just made to build the list again. So now that you have this recording of this valuable thing that you did, you just use that to just keep building and building and building. And it's basically a firewall that just keeps rotating by just spreading a ton of value. And this is a thing that it's a system that doesn't really need too much of your input. Like, you just have to make the content once and then you just you reuse it essentially. But so yeah, this is my lead magnet. Obviously I blurred out the emails for good reason, and it's getting around 10 to 15 people weekly, and I'm not even heavily marketing it. Like I say, here and there in my videos and stuff, but my videos don't even get crazy views compared to my clients who are getting 30 to 50k impressions weekly essentially. And that's I'm not even marketing my stuff like that, and I'm still getting impressions because I've seen my clients add up to 15 to 30 just weekly. But how do you even get to this point in the first place? So first thing you have to do is obviously you need to make your lead magnet, and no one is going to give you the information unless you have something more valuable than the information that they have essentially. So what you need to do is that you need to create assets that are valuable enough to be traded for information. If you don't know how to create valuable things, it's very simple. You don't have to make essays. You just have to make content about the thing that people care about the most, and that comes with doing market research. And if you want to learn how you can actually do specific types of market research, I think I made a video that I'm going to post a bit later that goes over all that type of stuff on how you can actually get the one thing that your people care about and use that to continuously market to them, because you don't even have to do too much effort after you figure that out. So an example you could use is that here's an exact process on how you can acquire 5 to 10 high ticket clients without spending money on ads in 60 days with short form content. That's exactly my headline, and if you want to learn how we do that, link is underneath the description. So the people who are actually interested in this are going to be more likely to give their information essentially. And a surprise trick here to get a lot of people opted in is to actually make it free. And some of you guys are so short-term minded that you're saying stuff oh, I don't want to get it for free because I'm going to get freeloaders taking my stuff. And you're trying to build a business. People give you money when you give value. It's very possible to be oh, I want to create some sort of friction in there, be oh, let me charge $1, let me charge $7, or put it behind a paywall. But why would you? Why? Because yeah, you're gonna get more qualified people, but you're also excluding out a lot of people that could be qualified that are just in that system of let me look around essentially. And once they see a price, they're okay, maybe I don't need this. But I'm gonna explain to you a ladder. So remember this ladder that I've been showing you guys a lot. I've been literally telling you to print this in your head. And this is the buying ladder. This is what makes money happen. And it's becoming when people, they don't know who you are, they know who you are by seeing your videos or by seeing your content online. They start to trust you by consuming more of it, and this trust part also gets built when they consume your lead magnets and all that type of stuff. And then they start to love what you start to do. And then once they do that, and you have let's say an offer, or you host an event or something like that, they then give you money on that because they've built up so much. You've pushed them up this ladder with your content essentially. And what you're essentially doing by charging $1, $4 or $8 for your lead magnets is that you're doing this. People don't know who you are. They see some of your content, and then to trust you, they have to pay $7. Like imagine going to that, like, you know, you're on the street and like you talk to some person for like 30, 40 seconds and you're like, oh yeah, I have this thing, but like it's $7 and you just met them. And the people who are really desperate for that type of stuff will buy. Like you get people who will buy this, but it's not gonna be enough to be able to sustain like something for long term. So what you've basically done here is that you've purposely removed a ladder. You've literally told people to jump up this step with this, and the way they can jump is to give you money. And you've removed this step and you've added a checkout to the part where people are supposed to trust you. This is the most important part, and this determines how much money they're going to give you at the end. And this is how they're going to eventually transact with you, with this trust part. If they don't trust you, they're not going to care to like actually, you know, do your stuff. And what happens is that what people are going to do, they're going to see your stuff, like they literally just became aware, and now they're being marketed a $7 product, and now you are not associated with people who sell those cheap things. And what happens is that when there's a price behind it, they don't even feel like it's something that is like of value. Essentially, not something of value. They will know that it's something of value, but what happens is that they start comparing it to other things for no reason, because when it's free, there's nothing for them to compare it to, because they're just looking at it of like, okay, I just have to get my email and then I get this free thing. There's really not that much stuff. But when there's a checkout, they're like, okay, cool, there's $7. Is this thing actually worth it? And you see very interesting things of like people put in like 6 pages of like content just to flip and market a $7 product. Like I've seen it before. Like people put like 6-7 pages, they'll put the whole story just to market the $7 product. And I just have like a page where it's like, hey, opt in for this free training. And most of the time I get people coming through more than those people that have those $7 products, and they have like literally pages and pages of just like information to try sell you on something that's so cheap. And what happens is that you're gonna get less opt-ins, and the people who do buy those products, like do buy those $7 products, will be better quality. Like it's guaranteed, because they pulled out a credit card to give you money. But you're missing out on the other potential that you could have had. So look at it like this. So in the market, there's around 1 to 10% of people that are like ready to buy. Like they know their problems, they've been educated about the problems, and now they're looking for solutions to their problems. So, and then after that 10%, there's another 70% of people who are just looking around, getting educated and getting aware of solutions, but not aware of what's the best. What people do, and this is what people with ads do, they target this market essentially. And what happens with this is that you eventually run out of people that are in this segment, because there isn't that many of people. Like people will be like, especially with ads, they'll be like, oh, market to the people who are ready to buy. Don't, go on the wave of like, talking and educating people. You're not there to train them. But it's like the people who do this stuff end up getting people paying them more money, which is like, it's so baffling to me. And the people who just try to do the least amount of effort, they get those clients, and then they're just like the worst people because they just got them because of the outcome. And there's a whole nother like 90% of people, and there's another layer under this. There's layers and layers into this, but I just made it 3 to make it simple. And there's people who are not too aware of the solution, they're having doubts, and they need more education. The people in here are trying to be actively educated, and that's where you see the videos of people watching videos of like how to get tens of thousands of views, how to do XYZ. And maybe even you watching this video right now, maybe you're in this solution where you're looking around and you're trying to get educated around things. And what happens is that when you just focus on this whole thing, you're actually losing money, because you're reaching out to less people, because you decided that, oh, my stuff is worth more, like I can't give it away for free, there's so much value. And yes, it is, it like most of the time it is like, it's not hard to be worth more than $1. So the point is that not many people will have that bias, and you want to build it up as much as possible, because when you do eventually have, let's say, an event or something that's of so much value, you're gonna get people coming through, and you're going to get a lot of more money to be made, because there's more people that have a bias towards you, if that makes any sense. So it's in your best interest to make it free. Like, please make it free and stop, trying to settle for making $3-4 for like free ebooks and stuff like that. So anyways, back to what I was saying on how you can get the leads. So the exact process of what you need to do, once you've made this lead magnet, I'll probably make a video on how you can actually make like a very good lead magnet. Mine still needs to be updated, so it's not gonna be as bad as it is right now, but it's still pretty good. I've got a lot of feedback from it, but I'm gonna make it even better, and it's still gonna be free. And essentially what you're gonna be doing is that every time you made a video, every time you have a call to action at the end of it, and what you need to do is you need to have your link in there to go over to this free thing. You see the stuff that one of our clients, Nicole, does. He doesn't even do it himself. Like, we take care of that for him. And if you want to learn how we do that, completely done for you, underneath this video there's a link to webflow.com. It walks you through the whole process, and there's going to be a link you can actually book a call there. So from there you can use the CTA to be, you can make the CTA to be as quick as possible. Like, you can say something like, if you want to learn how to do X without doing X, I've got a free training that shows you how to do it, link video. Or you can say, struggling to get X, my free training is helping people, has helped X people do X without doing X. So you can mess around with it, but it shouldn't be long. It should be like 3-4 seconds maybe. And if you want a video on how you can actually craft lead magnets, because there's a specific way you should craft them that's gonna increase the bias and make people actually do the next step, whether it be in book calls, join groups, etc., etc. There's different ways you can do it, but I'll probably make a video about it that goes into like depth on how you can actually make like quality lead magnets essentially. But yeah, this is pretty much the whole process. Make something of value based on what the market wants, make it free, create a system, create an opt-in, and then just drive traffic with your videos, and you will get people opting in like I showed you before. And you will get people, and you will build up a list of just people that you can just continuously market to. Like right now I don't know where my list is at, but if I just keep going at this pace, I know I'll be building it to like 1,000 people just very, very quickly. And you might not see the value in that, but like 1,000 people that are like very targeted in what you're doing is quite a lot of value essentially, especially when you play the long-term game. So yeah, stop settling for less, sell for more, and yeah, we'll speak to you very soon. Take care. Peace out.